So good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon to our visitors. No, so for today, we're going to look into the tips and preparation for a research presentation. So last meeting, no, we already discussed the content from chapter 1 to chapter 5. So this time, we need to look into on how to present our research paper or capstone project. Prior to the presentation, a comprehensive overview of the research will be conducted, right? So, commence your preparing for the presentation by assuring a profound comprehension of your research. No? We need to prepare to deliver a succinct summary of your thesis or capstone project, encompassing its context, goals, and importance. Implementing these strategies will enable you to provide the necessary conditions for the concise and captivation presentation. Another is the analysis of the target audience. No? So actually in CHED, this will be the actual requirements that during your presentation of capstone project, we need to present in public. No? So we need to take into account the background and skills of your audience. No? Adapt your content to match their comprehension level, making sure to find a middle ground between technical intricacies and easily understandable explanation. This will facilitate your ability to engage with your audience and sustain their attention. Another is content development with a well-organized and systematic approach. You need to arrange your content in a systematic and cohesive manner. Provide a clear and precise definition for the introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusion. And this framework facilitates the comprehension of your audience and improves the overall coherence of the material presented. So actually, no need for us to get the attendance since this Zoom is a license and it automatically recorded the attendance. To give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Good day, everyone. My name is Princess Joy A. Javier, and I will tackle the tips and preparation for presentation. So, tips and preparation for presentation. So, keys in the preparation context often refer to essential points or elements crucial for understanding. They act as a guide, ensuring clarity and coherence in your message. Preparation is vital to articulate ideas effectively, manage time wisely, and engage your audience, fostering a more impactful and memorable presentation. Next po. So, next po. So, number 1 is clear purpose. Define the main message or purpose of your presentation. What do you want the audience to take away? So, number 1, clear purpose. Tip number 1. Ang unang step ay dapat alam mo kung ano yung purpose ng iyong gagawing presentation o kung ano ba dapat yung mga nilalaman na mensahe ng iyong presentasyon. At ano nga ba yung mga aral na dapat makuha ng mga audience after ng presentation mo? Tip number 2 is audience understanding. Know your audience level of expertise and interest to tailor your content appropriately. So tip number 2, ito yung dapat yung presentation mo is naangkop dun sa mga taong nakikinig sa'yo. Halimbawa na lang is kung elementary ba to or halimbawa is college. So dapat kung elementary, dapat yung presentation mo is naangkop lang sa kanila. Yung kaya ng level na kung paano nila maiintindihan. So number 3, next po. So engaging content. Create a well-structured presentation with clear headings, visuals, and a compelling narrative. So, engaging content, tip number 3, kinakailangan ng iyong presentation ay may maayos na headings, visuals, upang makuha ang atensyon ng mga audience mo. So, halimbawa, dapat ang presentation natin is maging maayos. So, dapat yung mga headings natin is nasa tamang lugar, yung mga images na kailangan na nagprepresenta dun sa ginagamit nating example. Number 4 is interactivity. Encourage audience interactions through questions, poll, or discussions. So, yung interactivity, so, napakahalaga nito kasi ito yung part na para hindi ma-bored yung mga tao or audience na nakikinig sa atin. So pwede tayong gumawa ng icebreaker upang mapahinga yung mga utak nila kapag nakikinig sa presentation natin. So next. So next is body language. Maintain eye contact, use gestures, and vary your tone to keep your audience engaged. So body language ay isa sa pinakamahalagang tip because kapag ang body language natin is dapat appropriate. So dapat hindi tayo galaw ng galaw or hindi tayo malikot upang mas ma-engage natin yung mga audience natin. So dapat yung eye contact natin is mine-maintain natin upang alam nila or alam din natin na nakikinig sila sa presentation natin. Next is voice. Speak clearly, vary your tone, and pace your speech to keep the audience attention. So yung voice is isa din sa pinakamahalaga. So ang voice kasi is halimbawa na lang is kapag nagdi-discuss ka, yung voice mo dapat is malinaw, hindi pa utal-utal, and malakas upang maintindihan ng maayos ng mga audience mo. Next one. Confidence. Exude confidence even if you're nervous. Remember, you're the expert on your topic. So yung tip na to is confidence. Isa din siya sa pinakamahalaga dahil wala namang iba or walang ibang nakakaalam kung ano yung nire-report mo. So ikaw lang ang nakakaalam kung ano yung mga key, kung ano yung mga punto na kailangan mong i-express or i-discuss sa kanila. So rehearse. Practice your presentation multiple times to ensure smooth delivery and stay within the allotted time. So rehearse. So ang rehearse naman is kinakailangan upang hindi ka magkamali or maiwasan na magkamali ka during presentation. Next po. So time management. Stick to the allotted time and leave room for questions at the end. So time management naman is ginagamit natin to upang minsan kasi may mga program kapag gumagawa ng presentation. Halimbawa na lang sa akin, kung bibigyan ako ng 15 minutes, kailangan 15 minutes, within 15 minutes matapos ko yung presentation ko upang magtuloy-tuloy yung mga susunod na magi-speech. So next naman, feedback. Solicit feedback from peers or mentors to improve your presentation for future events. So feedback naman is ginagamit siya upang malaman natin kung saang part tayo nagkulang or kung saan tayong part na nagkamali upang sa susunod na presentation natin is maayos at maging maayos pa yung magiging presentation natin sa susunod. Next po. Yun lang po. Thank you so much po. Next reporter po. Thank you.
Okay, wait. Okay, so as our presenter mentioned, we need to arrange the content in a systematic and cohesive manner. We need to provide a clear and precise definition for the introduction, methodology, result, discussion, conclusion. This framework facilitates the cohesion of your audience and improves the overall coherence of material presented. Visual aids and supporting materials. Utilize visual aids such as slides, charts, graphs to effectively demonstrate and clarify important concepts. It ensures that the graphics you use are ambiguous, succinct, and directly relevant to the subject matter you are addressing. In addition, make sure to assemble supplementary materials such as handouts for individuals who may choose to further explore your research. Assurance and presentation. Exude self-assurance by upholding proper body alignment, establishing direct visual contact, and employing a distinct and unwavering vocal tone. Confidence not only enhances your credibility but also sustains audience engagement throughout your presentation. We need to utilize strategies to actively include the audience in order to maintain a dynamic presentation. So utilize inquiries, recount personal stories, or employ tangible instances to establish a connection between your study and the audience. So, promote inquiries from the audience to cultivate engagement and showcase your skills. Ensure optimal synchronization between your oral presentation and visual aids. We need to minimize the use of unnecessary elements on slides and utilize visual aids to enhance and support your spoken communication. Every graphic should enhance the narrative, facilitating comprehension instead of inundating the audience. No? Exhibit flexibility during the presentation. Prepare to adapt to unforeseen circumstances or inquiries. During the question and answer session, it is important to attentively listen to each question, provide intelligent responses, and be receptive to constructive feedback. If a question proves to be exceptionally difficult, recognize it and demonstrate your eagerness to delve more into the subject matter. Solicit input from colleagues, mentors, or others in the audience. Now, engage in introspection over the input received in order to discern both areas of proficiency and opportunities to enhancement. Now, iterative enhancement is a fundamental element in honing your presentation attitude. Opportunities for establishing professional connection and building a network is important because utilize the post-presentation networking opportunities to your benefit. Facilitate the sharing of contact details with persons who express interest and ensure readiness to engage in the depth in discussions regarding your research. Networking can facilitate the establishment of useful contacts, foster partnership, and create potential future opportunities. Let's say, for example, if you luckily presented your research or your capstone project in a national or international forum, right after your presentation, you just try to network with others and conclude your presentation by conveying appreciation to your audience for their valuable time and undivided attention. Offer contact details or provide resources for anybody seeking to engage in additional talks. No? An amiable ending creates a favorable impact and encourage subsequent interaction. By integrating this suggestion into your preparation and presenting approach, you can augment the efficacy of your thesis or research presentation and generate a lasting impression on your audience. So I think that's it. So do you have any questions so far? For clarification. Okay.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so may I request the next presenter to please